Good morning, boys and girls, and welcome back to music. Today, I'm going to talk to you guys about a couple percussion instruments that I just so happen to have that I thought was really cool that I wanted to share with you guys today. These guys, they look like frogs, but they really don't sound like frogs. These are called claves. Now, this guy, he's a pretty big boy. He's about the size of my head, and the stick actually comes out of his mouth. It kind of sounded like a frog then. And you'll take it and you'll take the big part of the stick. As you can see, there's a big part and a kind of small part. And you see all these little bumps up his back. You're actually going to rub up the back. Kind of sounds like a frog. It's pretty loud. It echoed through all the hallways. You can also take the big piece of the stick and tap his head. Now, that sound was a fairly low sound. And he's a lot bigger of a frog. So we can go ahead and assume that this big frog has a low sound. But this small frog, do you think it's going to have a high sound or a low sound? Well, let's see. Here he is. He's pretty small. Definitely a lot smaller than this guy. He's actually small enough that when he sits on my desk, he sits on the head of the big frog. He's very small. Take the stick out of his mouth. Stick's pretty small. Miss Ashton's hand's pretty small, but there's that stick. I'm going to use the big end of this stick, and wow, that was a lot higher of a sound. It was definitely a lot louder, too. The reason why the high sounds are a lot louder than the low sounds is because these sound waves travel a lot faster. They're not as big, so they can travel even faster. And when you hit the top of his head, it also makes a loud, high-pitched sound. All right, you guys. Let's see what other wacky stuff we can find next week. Bye, guys.